right, hello to Ms. Kiger's, Ms. Riley's, and Ms. Scott's math class. We're doing equivalent fractions in 4th grade right now, so this is just a little review to prime the pumps. The pumps? The pumps. All right, if we have fractions are based on the relationship to the whole. So whatever a whole is, it's how much of the whole is a fraction. So if we say this is a whole anything, a whole pie, a whole cookie, a whole pizza, and we cut it into equal halves, we have to pretend that those are equal. I know I just drew it like that, but that's also a good math lesson, that we know that sometimes our drawing is imperfect. This is math, not art, but we know that in reality we're pretending that they're equal. All right? And then I have another cookie of exactly the same size, but this one I cut into 4 pieces because maybe I have a friend. I have 3 friends and myself. Maybe this one I only have 2 friends. We know that if I give this much of my cookie away, I gave 1/2 away. And the bottom number is, of course, the number of pieces that it's cut into. This is cut into 2 pieces, so the 2 is on the bottom. How much out of the 2 is the top number? If I have this cookie, but I cut this one into 4 pieces, each piece is smaller. So if I gave away 2 of these pieces, 2 of those pieces, and how many are there in all? There are 4 pieces in all. Well, let's say I gave this 1 piece of this cookie to Jane and 2 pieces of this cookie to Juana. Do I like one of them more than the other? No. I gave them the same amount because these pieces are smaller. I had to cut this one into 4 pieces. So we say that 1/2 is equivalent to 2/4. 1/2 is equal to 2/4. Now, this should be a good, easy understanding. Now, in 4th grade, we start going with other shapes. Let's draw, I'll call it a candy bar. It can be a whole anything, remember. We'll just call this a candy bar. I'm going to draw it maybe 15 of these squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and I'll put 15 on over here. And let me just double check that I got 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. So if I have a candy bar that's this big, and I have another candy bar that's the exact same size, it has to be the exact same size for what we're doing right here. If I cut this one into pieces that are this big, whoopsie, Miss Scott made a mistake. Without, look at that, wonderful, okay. All right, so there, okay, and let's say I cut this one into smaller pieces, right? Okay, so let's say that, okay, so how many pieces is this one cut into? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's cut into fifths, okay? How many pieces is this guy cut into? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 15. So this is cut into 15ths. So 15 goes on the bottom because there are 15 pieces. Now let's say that I shade in this amount here, and let me shade in the exact same amount. So you can see that the yellow, if I give Carmen this amount and I give Iwan this amount, they have the same amount, right? Now I could call this 3 shaded out of how many? 15. So 3 out of 15, 3/15. This, I could say, is out of how many pieces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only one of these pieces is shaded, 1/5. So 1/5 equals 3/15. At school, we're talking about that these are synonyms. Sometimes you want to talk about something in 15ths. Like, let's say you have 15 kids and you need to divide it up. You might want to talk about 15ths. Let's say you only have 5 kids, you only need to divide it into fifths. So it's just depending on what you're going to want to say it for, and this is synonyms. Means the same thing, it's different names that mean the same thing, okay? Later, we're going to talk about different languages, decimal language versus fraction language. So you can have two words that mean the same thing in a different language. So like in Spanish, gato means cat in English. But this is the same language. It's all fraction language. So 1/5 is the same amount of 3/15. This seems very simple, but yet it's a very, very, very foundational concept. So to play with this and make up your own, as many as you can, is really excellent practice and play at home for the kids.